All right, so where are we up to in terms of recording?
We have our audition call out for a brand new book.
Mm-hmm.
This is another book by Kind Press.
Okay.
Remember those? First one was with Natasha Piccolo.
Yeah, yep.
So I love dealing with Kind Press. It's run by Natasha Gilmore. She's just a wonderful person, and she focuses on books that are about wellness and about beautiful stories and experiences of people who want to spread and goodness and kindness in the world. And this new book is
It's Terry Connellan.
Terry Connellan, yeah. And the book's called Wholehearted. And we just had our first meeting with her. And started to define the voice that she wanted. And it is a first person type memoir, and it's very much the kind of book that I think it really appeals to performers. We are looking for a female sounding voice, between 30 and 50, but somebody that she said is like, it's as if you would be talking to your best friend, a kind of intimate tone, conversational tone.
I like it already.
Yeah, because she's talking about a time in her life, and she's now a therapist, where she was working actually in a field in teaching, adult teaching, which she was completely passionate about, and gave and I think women especially, well, there are men too, who give a lot of themselves in work. And she just felt that she'd reached a stage where that giving she was not in the right environment anymore, and she wanted to transition into something else, a totally new
Good
career.
on her for recognising it and making the change. Often people just stick in their ruts.
Stick it out, and to go into something that she felt passionate about. And I think that's a trend, that demographics show that people do change their careers about 5 times in their lifetime these days. So it's not as if, you get to be one thing and then you're that for the rest of your life. And so she's talking about each of the steps that are being taken.
God, we're lucky. We get to live in the time where we get to move jobs as we want and listen to audiobooks.
Well, the interesting thing about Terry's book is that it has a companion workbook. And as you know, we had Karen Graham's books that we'll talk about in a moment, where you're looking at diagrams, you're looking at exercises, and you're sort of going, is this something we leave out? And we say, just refer to the workbook or read the book. Because just to let you know, fun fact, people who buy audiobooks are more inclined to buy the digital and print on demand version. Like that it doesn't actually decrease the the sale of the other formats in the book. It actually increases them, because otherwise they wouldn't pick that book up. So it's a very interesting kind of psychological thing that happens. So it's a logical thing to say, well, buy the book and then you can see the diagram. But we decided to do audio description because, that's who we are.
Of course.
And having worked with Vision Australia associated radio networks, where we would be audio describing, say, the fireworks at Sydney every year to people over the radio. So that skill is there. And I really do feel that even giving people a taste of what that diagram is and what that exercise is a good one. So we talked to her about that, because there were certain emblems that were very important to her in the book. So, for instance, there were 2 tarot cards. You'd love this, because we're both into tarot. But, there were 2 tarot cards that she uses as themes for the changes.
Oh, gorgeous.
So she was thinking that they were in diagram form. She goes, I was suggesting to her, completely describe it. Give us some text, or we'll do it for you, where you're describing exactly what that card is. And just be able to transfer by ear the experience of what the importance and potency of that
symbolism,
symbolism is.
Was one of them the High Priestess?
It wasn't actually. It's one of them was 6 of Swords.
Ooh.
Yeah, so the challenge card. In sort of that boat with all these upright swords coming up. It's an eerie card, but you're also leaving land, which means that you're going out into the unknown. Hello, audiobook world. That's been our journey, but it's wonderful. because it's a very courageous card as well. And Terry is a very courageous person, so I'm really looking forward to finding the right voice. The narrator call out has just come out. If you're getting this in the e-newsletter, you will have all the details of what we're looking for in the narrator. We've got a lot of detail there as Terry explained it to us, and so we're looking forward to filling that role already. Like on the first day that the call went out, we got 3 auditions.
Brilliant. And look, if you've applied for a call out before and you haven't been successful, please try again. It's open. It's always up to the author, and they choose, and it's a different author every time.
And I think people get surprised. Like I know that there are some of the performers who've gone for 3 or 4, and then suddenly they are absolutely the right voice that is perfect for that book. And it's a beautiful relationship. The relationship between the author and the narrator and the project manager just works incredibly well. So Terry Connellan's Wholehearted. I'm looking forward for that one to start going under production.
Beautiful.